Hey, what's going on, all you ghouls and ghosts out there? My name is Mike Macabre, and welcome to the graveyard. As always, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my reaction videos, Friday Night Frights, Mouthing Off with Mike Macabre, or whatever else I'm doing on this channel. But on tonight's episode, we are finishing up our special edition of reviews and reactions with our 1K sub celebration. Yes, indeed, it's been a wild ride. A lot of amazing songs. Hopefully, everybody's been enjoying these. I know I have. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But we're going to come off with something a little bit more mellow, but just as powerful. I remember hearing this particular track on, now that's what I called music. I don't remember which one it was. I want to say number 2, 3, or 4. It was when they first came out, early 90s. So, but this particular one is called Baz Luhrmann. Everybody's free to wear sunscreen. Yeah, it's been a long while since I've taken a look at this, but it took me a while to actually find the video that I wanted to represent this one, because I think somebody did like a project to this song and they put all the visuals very well together, and it was, I think, it's personally amazing. So yeah, not really much else left to say. Link to the original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure, and no more ghouling around. Let's check it out. All right, ghouls and ghosts. This is one that's called Sunscreen movie, based on the Baz Luhrmann song "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen."
Hey, Rob, put this on me. Hello? Come on, put this on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You are not as fat as you imagine. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindsides you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Sing. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Floss. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself. Remember compliments you receive. Forget the insults.
So hard to
If
do.
you succeed in doing this, tell me how. Keep your old love letters. Throw away your old bank statements. Stretch. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. Get plenty of calcium. Be kind to your knees. You'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much, or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Dance. Even if you have nowhere to do it but in your own living room. Read the directions, even if you don't follow them. Do not read beauty magazines. They will only make you feel ugly.
Brother and sister, together we'll make it through. Someday our spirit will take you and guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I've been waiting to be there for you. And I'll be there just helping you out whenever I can.
Get to know your parents. You never know when they'll be gone for good. Be nice to your siblings. They're your best link to your past and the people most likely to stick with you in the future. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Live in New York City once, but leave before it makes you hard. Live in Northern California once, but leave before it makes you soft. Travel. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise, politicians will philander, you too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse. But you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen.
Brother and sister, together we'll make it through. Oh, yeah. Someday our spirit will take you and guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I've been waiting to be
Came out in 2004. Ooh. Lot to unpack. Seeing the review section. All right, ghouls and ghosts. That was Baz Luhrmann with his song "Everybody's Free to Wear Sunscreen," set to the Sunscreen movie. Link to the original video will be down in the description box for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Life in a retrospect, basically. Some very sage advice, if I do say so myself. Very powerful stuff. Now, if I recall correctly, this was based off a college professor speaking to the graduating class. I don't recall what college or what state it was from. I want to say it was Ohio, but I am not 100% on that. Don't quote me on it. But let's just start off with the music first, because it's with this particular piece, with the visuals, I often think it's very difficult to concentrate on the music when there's so many images going on. So uplifting, powerful, but overall it's really simple. It's got the same basic beat. Got the guitars, very lilting guitars. Kind of like a drum sample, not like live drums, like a drum pad, but everything fits. It kind of reminds me of a sine wave. You have your peaks, you have your low valleys, and it goes back and forth, back and forth. The breakdown with the female vocalist is very serene. You can feel the passion, you can feel the inspiration in her voice. Especially towards the end where she kind of tapers off. I assume this is Baz Luhrmann, who's doing just like the spoken word parts of the song, but I'm not 100% on that. If anyone knows, please words. Let me know in the comments section, the 6 feet under. I would greatly appreciate it. The harmonizing, like oohs, very angelic. It really sets the tone for this, for it to be as inspiring as it is, with the wisdom presented. I remember it having a very profound effect on my consciousness and my way of thinking and my outlook on life. And I haven't listened to it since I was a kid, except for when I first found this particular movie, music video, whatever you want to call it, because it just fits so well. And I mean, you can like you said in the song, you can take any advice with a grain of salt, basically, but there is some very big truth bombs in this particular piece. The things that you want to strive for in your life, and it's kind of hard when you have the hustle and bustle of your daily life, and some of those things kind of get pushed to the side, and you look back like, what the fuck was I doing? That was basically like from my 19s to like almost my 30s, that 10-year gap there. It was pretty bad, I'll say. And it was mostly from my own doing. And I think, again, the power of this song is it's making me, think in retrospect how I lived my life, how I should have lived my life. And, it's easy to say, oh, yeah, I should have, could have, would have, should have, she did have. But I lived my life the best I could, and looking back now, it was, I could have been better. I could have been a better human being. Couldn't have been so. Shouldn't have been so angry. Shouldn't have had that malice. Held on to anger for as long as I have. It's just, I don't know. I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit by, like I said, because I haven't heard this song since probably 2005, 6, or 7. It's been 15, almost 20 years. Powerful stuff, though. I, I, I only knew Baz Luhrmann through, well, most recently he did the Elvis biopic, but he directed also Romeo and Juliet, which was a very strange movie. We actually had to watch it in high school because we did Romeo and Juliet for our English class. We did like a play, and that was the height of my high school awkwardness. And I didn't want to have anything to do with acting. I didn't want to be front and center. I didn't want to be, the center of attention, basically. And it's kind of the complete opposite. I'm not saying I'm seeking attention, but I've learned to cope with it. Obviously, when I'm putting myself out there on YouTube and all this, you kind of have to get over your fears. I did get over my fears. I couldn't have done it without alcohol. I know that's a weird thing to say. Excuse me. But it allowed me to get used to the idea of being the center of attention. I am not a social butterfly by any stretch of the imagination, and alcohol was always that buffer to, hey, just act a fool. I don't care what anybody else thinks, and do what you want to do. And that's where I picked up like karaoke, just acting like a goof, having a video cam, and just being goofy. And of course, as you get more and more with the alcohol, you get a little bit less fun and a little bit more angry and violence orientated, which is a good reason why I quit when I did, as well as I'm starting a family, so that stuff is not going to cut it anymore. So, but it had its place in my past and helped me get over those humps a little bit, where I'm able to do what I do on this channel and put myself out there, be vulnerable, be goofy, mess up. You don't care. It happens. You're human. Now, could that have happened without the alcohol? Well, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But either way, it's good. It's kind of fun to have that retrospective, have that music, bring back so many memories, and have it be human and humanize your own existence. So, definitely major props for that. Again, that's why I chose this particular track with the video that I did, because it is powerful, it is meaningful, it brings up those old feelings, it makes you have retrospect on your life, my life, etc., etc. So I don't know if this song was huge or not. Like I said, I know it was on now that's what I call it, music, but beyond that, because it had to come out in the early to mid 90s, so I mean it's at least 25, 30 years old now. I haven't heard it on the radio in ages. I don't know if people still listen to it, so maybe it's a way to bring it back. Not that I think my limited audience would make it go viral, as they say, but I do digress. I've been ranting a little bit. I do apologize. We're running almost 20 minutes now. Yeesh. If you guys stuck around this long, I do apologize, but thank you nonetheless. Get up them YouTube hours, whatnot. But great track, absolutely phenomenal story. The movie, absolutely perfect. The only gripe I could say is a little too literal to the lyrics, but it's nice having those visuals. It really is. Tells a very nice, concise story, and like I said, the retrospect and musically everything fits perfectly. So score, um, if I had to give the song itself a score, it would be 4.5 skulls. But as a complete piece with the music and the video, the movie, I'm going to give it 5 skulls out of 5. Absolutely happy with that score for all the reasons I just stated. But I think that's going to be it for this episode of reviews and reactions with our 1K sub celebration. We did it! Yay! Thank you all for this amazing journey. Couldn't have done it without you. You guys make this channel what it is. So props to you. But as always, if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, comment, share the video, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my reaction videos, Friday Night Frights, Mouthing Off with Mike Macabre, or whatever else I'm doing on this channel. But as always, ghouls and ghosts, stay scared.